But top of everybody's mind, top of the footy world is certainly Afcon. It's been a pretty crazy tournament, unbelievable upsets, last minute goals, just absolute chaos, especially from the host nation, Ivory Coast, who have come quite a far way, all the way to the semifinals when we thought they were going to be knocked out. Yeah. Sacked their coach midway through too, right?
Yes.
Absolutely insane. I know y'all have been watching closely, so just like general thoughts on Afcon, the excitement, the culture of it, the world's perception, if you think that's changing, just anything y'all want to talk about for the tournament. And then we'll do a little preview for the Final Four as well.
World's perception definitely changed, as you said. You mentioning it being the top of the football world is crazy.
It is.
You know, even my personal experience with the tournament used to be something, you know, I'd watch in class and the only people talking about is me and my other African friends, you know, and, you know, be something. It's kind of even the experience we have being soccer fans in general in this country. That's kind of what it's like, you know, being an Afcon fan. But it's beautiful to see the amount of shine it's been getting, and deservedly so, because there's a lot of quality on the pitch. There's a lot of quality on the pitch, and the entertainment factor is up.
Unbelievable, bro.
Do y'all feel
it's
like,
raw passion. I love it.
Do y'all feel like non-black people are watching Afcon?
I think British people are watching it.
Yeah.
Like British white people?
Yeah, because they have... I'm going to say some crazy shit. This is too early in the pod. But anyway.
They have vested interest?
Because there's a little bit of like... The British media is probably the media that covers Afcon in the most like Britishy way, where like you'll see headlines that'll start like, "Oh, Afcon chaos."
Oh, always.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how that country covers the tournament.
Like
and
the
so
Sun?
it's a bit jokey. And so they'll watch it for that reason.
And there's the vibe too of the players leaving the Prem to go play. I know some people are upset about that, so a little bit of, you know, sour taste.
That's what it's gonna be mostly. A lot of the players playing the Prem, so there's gonna be more of an eye. Some of the biggest players in the Prem. You know?
One of the biggest players in Prem history, Salah.
Yeah. You know.
And they got knocked out. Yeah. The one thing that I wish Afcon was, though, I wish it was in the summer. I wish it was. I understand that. But just like, because it is top of the footy world right now, but I would love, when you think about the World Cup, the Euros.
It is for real.
Okay, well, it's maybe, you know, that's very true. Our algorithms are very biased.
The reason I asked that question is because I feel like most of the people that I talk to, whenever I bring up Afcon, they laugh about it.
Yeah.
Or like specifically like non-black people
that's
who
fair.
play soccer. They're like, oh, like nobody cares about that. Like nobody's watching that. I'm just
that's
like,
fair.
My perception is completely different.
That's fair. I'd say for a fully avid footy fan, non-biases aside, I feel like it is the most exciting thing going on right now, even if you are white, whatever. But what I'm saying is, when you think about the Euros and Copa America, bro, that summer feel, or the World Cup when we're all on one tourney, that energy is different. And I wish Afcon had that opportunity. And during the season, it's very difficult. Of course. Like today, I'm watching the Madrid derby, but if this was the summertime, my only thought is that international tournament. So that's the only thing I wish it had.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
What happened with the World? This is maybe like a dementia type question, but like during the World Cup in December, was like the
club stopped.
Everything just stopped.
Yeah.
Dang.
That was
definitely dementia.
Like, I forgot.
We'll roll the dementia ad right here.
No, that's a fact. That was one thing that was crazy about that World Cup too.
Yeah.
The timing of it. I don't know.
Literally World Cup final right before Christmas.
Which teams are y'all rooting to win now? We have Nigeria, South Africa, Congo, and Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire.
I'm rooting on Côte d'Ivoire. Allez Côte d'Ivoire. Les éléphants. Because they're the host nation. And this story is insane. Everything about it is insane, bro. Everything about it's crazy.
Congo.
This whole story, bro, from firing your coach midway through the tournament, thinking you get knocked out, to somehow making it through because, you know, y'all boys decided to, you know what I'm saying, make a little mistake. You don't got to talk about it, though.
Disgusting.
The last minute goals that they've been having to be the host nation, like, it's just so crazy, bro. I'm rooting for Ivory Coast.
Y'all know the coach story?
The full story? Nah, please, bro.
Interim or the original?
The whole saga.
Please.
So the coach's name was Jean-Louis Albert, the coach that Ivory Coast went to the tournament with. Frenchman. They won their first game and then lost their next two games, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
So they had 3
I don't think
points.
they won any games.
No, they won their first game. They beat
They did win their first game.
They beat
I'm about to
Guinea.
check.
I'm checking
they beat
right now.
one of the Guineas. There's many Guineas in the tournament, but they beat one of them.
I'm crying.
At the beginning. I remember because Fofana scored a goal. And I remember being in the airport in Cameroon. They scored that.
Got you.
So
they beat Guinea-Bissau, my people.
Yes.
And then they got clobbered.
And then they lost
Equatorial 4-0.
Lost 1-0 to Nigeria, 4-0 to Equatorial Guinea. So it seemed like, to the fans who perhaps haven't been watching AFCON too much, it seemed like that Ivory Coast, as the host nation with only 3 points, was going to be eliminated from the tournament. And then due to some results that happened in their favor and due to this year's AFCON third place rules, where the top 4 third place teams advanced to the next round, Ivory Coast was given a lifeline and they were placed back in the tournament. But they had already fired their head coach. So there was a lot of commotion in the country. So for those who don't know, Ivory Coast spent over $1 billion building stadiums and you know, creating the infrastructure to host the tournament. So it's a bit of a big deal when your host country exits the tournament that early, because a lot of the money that comes back is from ticket sales, and all the games that sell the most are the games where the host country is playing. So because they were placed back in the tournament, it was crucial that they won their next game. So I don't know if y'all remember the Saudi Arabia's coach from the World Cup.
Yeah. Renard, right?
Renard, yes.
Something like that, yeah.
There was a coalition of wealthy Ivorians who banded together and they offered him $1 million to coach them for the next game. Then the country, fans in the country took to the streets and they protested that coalition of Ivorians and said, we've had enough French people. And so they promoted the second, the coach who was, I guess, like
assistant coach?
The assistant coach.
Assistant coach, yeah.
And he's now taking them to the semifinals.
That's so insane. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Usually it's like, it's a tournament. No matter what, you ride with that coach, and then you just fire him after. To fire him, I don't think I've ever seen
without
that,
confirmation that you're out of the tournament is
because even like France winning the World Cup to getting knocked out group stage, Italy did the same thing. Spain, they never fired during the World Cup. That's
it definitely.
But it worked, I guess. I mean, something worked.
However,
it's emotion.
Yeah,
It's tied to emotion.
Yeah.